Assalamualaikum. Shubho Novo Bosho. Happy New Year to all. The chairman, Babu, and honorable state minister, Janet Ahmed Bala, and also honorable MP and former freedom fighter, Mr. Tajul Islam, and also senior secretary, Jil Alam, and also Ms. Begum. It is truly, and also all the participants here, ladies and gentlemen, this is truly my honor and pleasure to be here with you today in this very meaningful event. I think this event is not just a common event, but that this event might mark a new era in the relations between Korea and Bangladesh. We might be, everyone in this room might be in a very important moment, which could be a moment of creation in our history. Not only in the history of this peer group, but also in the history of Bangladesh and also in the history of Bangladeshi and Korea relations. For me, I have been here in this country exactly 6 months. I arrived here July 6th last year. So today is the exactly the 6 months date for me arriving in this country. I arrived here in the middle of the coronavirus, not only just in the middle of the virus, but also at the height of the coronavirus in this country. It was very difficult for me to find the flight to coming here. But I was fortunate to find the flight, even though I detoured long hours, more than 26 hours from Seoul to come here. But I was very happy and very excited to come to this country because I know that even though this is my very first time to be in this country, I know that our two countries have enjoyed very close relations for many, many years. So I knew that. So I was excited, but also at the same time, I was somewhat concerned because of the corona situation. That this corona situation might prevent me from doing my mandate, my work here. So I was, and also the situation in this country was somewhat concerning to many people in Korea. But after I arrived here, I was very relieved. First, the corona situation, I saw the determined willingness of the people and the government to get over this virus pandemic situation. And you have been successful, not only in overcoming the virus, but also maintaining your country, your society, and your economy in a very successful way. And as it was mentioned, Bangladesh is the first, the #1 country in Asia, which recorded the highest GDP growth last year, and #3 in the world to record this high rate of GDP growth for the last year. And more than that, I was very impressed and surprised the really close relationship between our two countries. And also I was very impressed by the willingness and the readiness of the Bangladesh people to further strengthen the relationship between our two countries. But during this 6 months time, my topic was about how I could make my role in elevating the relations between our two countries, which is already close, which is already very strong. But we have been remained in the similar situation for about 5 decades. You know, I often hear from Bangladesh people about RMG sector. When it comes to the relations between Korea and Bangladesh, really I often hear about RMG sector. How Korean companies came here in 1970s and grew together with the Bangladesh companies in the RMG sector, which now accounts for more than 12% of the country's GDP and around 80% of the country's exports. It's the garment sector. And Korean companies came here 40 years ago and grew and worked together with local partners. But what we have missed is this growing relationship. Still, the R&D sector accounts for most majority of Korean investment here. Korea is number 5th major investment country in this country. Korea is number 6, but still, Korean companies' investment here is largely in R&D sector. R&D sector is more than 70% of Korea's investment. So we remain the same path, which we started 40 years ago. So we have to look toward the future. And my goal coming here is how to elevate this always close and strong relations between our two countries into a higher and different level. And what I see now today is the opening of this new era in our relations. Now, with the partnership with the Fair Group, finally, the flagship company, flagship brand of Korea, Hyundai, is establishing its assembly factory here. Hyundai is really a world leader, and having Hyundai's presence in this country has been what we have been lack in the past years. So now, thanks to the visionary businessmanship and entrepreneurship of Share Group, Fair Group, already 3 years ago, you brought the major Korean company, Samsung Electric here. And now, after 3 years, we are bringing another major flagship company, Hyundai, here. So the presence of flagship, big major global Korean companies' presence in this country may mean the future of our relations. And also, another future of our relationship, I believe, will be in the ICT sector. ICT is not only for the future of any country, but especially I believe ICT should be the future of this country. So I'm very impressed, and I really speak highly of the foresight of Chairman Mabu to place the Hyundai automobile assembly factory in this Bagungabando high-tech park, not in the other place. So this, I think, the normal person cannot make that kind of decision, and that the decision itself shows the foresight, the vision of the Chairman Mabu. And also, thanks to this decision, we will see this flagship Korean automobile company in this high-tech park. And actually, when I met with the Honorable Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina on 10th of December, one of the things she spoke to me, asked me, was about Korea's presence in the high-tech park. So she asked my effort to have some Korean presence, some Korean companies' involvement in the high-tech park. And now, even though Fair Group is not the Korean company, but through Fair Group, Korea's brand automobile will be assembled there. So indirectly, Korea's presence will be in the high-tech park. And this will be just the start of Korea's bigger future-oriented presence in this country. And I truly believe that the Fair Group's Hyundai automobile assembly factory in the high-tech park will pave the way for the more substantive and also ultimate investment and involvement by this Korean company, Hyundai Motors, in this country. And in this sense, I think today's event is really symbolic in the relationship between our two countries. So I truly wish a very big success to Chairman Group and also the Fair Group and Fair Technology Company. And as you envisioned, as you planned, I do wish that plan would be achieved. And as an embassy in this country, we will wholeheartedly support what you are doing in this endeavor. So this, many talk about Korea and Korea's success. Korea was fortunate to have visionary leadership, politician, our leader. We also had this Bangabandhu like leaders in the beginning of our history. But it was not all. Also, Korea's development was possible due to the visionary private sector leaders, like the founder of Hyundai, the late Jang-keun, who started the business in 50s and who started this Hyundai Motors in late 70s. And he was the man with the vision and with dream. For him, the famous dictum of Hyundai chairman was, "What did you do?" People at the time said, "How we could do this?" And Chairman Jang asked, "Did you try? Did you do this?" And this question to his people inspired and prompted the people to do something. And they dreamed for better. And now this is what you see the Hyundai Motors. And Hyundai Motors or Hyundai's history of development is history of our Korea's development. And I really believe that it will be the same for Bangladesh. You have a very visionary leader, but it will not be enough. You need visionary entrepreneurship and the leader of the private sector, and truly hope that Fair Group will be the one who is leading this country into the next century and play a key role in achieving the country's great vision to become a developed country by 2040 and graduate the NDC status in just a few years' time. And again, I will assure you that Korea will stand by with the people and government of Bangladesh, and as we have done for the past 5 decades, we will do more. And this Corona situation will not stop us. And for that, I'm really thankful for the State Minister Parwa for your strong support in the further strengthening and deepening of relations between our two countries. Thank you very much. I wish you all the best, all the success, especially in this difficult time, the very healthy new year. Thank you very much. 오늘 감사합니다.